Have you ever pondered the bitter sting of loneliness? And what about the gender divide? Females, it seems, bear the heavier burden. The effects of loneliness can be as damaging as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. By sharing this video, you can help raise awareness about the prevalence and impact of loneliness. Have you ever pondered the bitter sting of loneliness? The quiet echo of an empty room or the silent buzz of a phone can be deafening. The feeling of being unloved and neglected is a plight that transcends age, gender, and geography. Yet how well do we understand this pervasive emotion? Mother Theresa once said, "The most terrible poverty is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved." And current statistics lend weight to her words. Consider this: among young people aged between 16 to 24, a staggering 18.4% report feeling lonely often or even all the time. The figure climbs to 20.7% for those aged between 25 to 34. As we age, does it get any better? Unfortunately not. Among those aged between 65 to 74, 18.7% experience frequent loneliness. For those aged 75 and beyond, the number rises to a disheartening 22.6%. And what about the gender divide? Females, it seems, bear the heavier burden, with 20.5% of females reporting significant loneliness compared to 18% of males. Loneliness, a complex and usually unpleasant emotional response to isolation or lack of companionship, is not the same as social isolation. It's an emotional experience that hinges on the quality, not the quantity, of our relationships. And it's a universal experience, an emotion most of us will grapple with at some point in our lives. The effects of loneliness can be as damaging as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's worse for us than obesity and increases the risk of developing dementia by 64%. Despite its profound effects on our health, loneliness is not considered a mental health issue. However, it does impact both our physical and emotional well-being. Loneliness can increase the risk of early mortality by 26%, trigger acute stress response, increase the risk of high blood pressure, and reduce immunity against infections. Moreover, loneliness is associated with a 29% increase in the risk of coronary heart disease and a 32% increase in stroke. It can lead to poorer sleep quality, be a risk factor for type 2 diabetes, and cause higher chronic pain. And in a cruel twist of fate, loneliness can also lead to cognitive decline and dementia. Loneliness and low social interaction are predictors of suicide in older age, a chilling reminder of the profound impact of this pervasive emotion. You are amidst a boisterous gathering, enveloped by laughter echoing through the room, music flowing like a rhythmic river, and a symphony of chatter. Yet amid the cacophony of gaiety, you're gripped by an intense, gut-wrenching sense of isolation, lonely. It's a feeling that has gripped many of us in its icy claws. But here's a shocking revelation. Loneliness is not just a mood dampener, but a silent assassin of your health. An astounding fact that will make your blood run cold is that chronic loneliness is as lethal as puffing away 15 cigarettes a day. Yes, you heard it right, 15. This bone-chilling statistic highlights the grim reality of loneliness as a silent epidemic claiming lives. How, you may ask, does this invisible tormentor wreak such widespread damage on our bodies? When loneliness sinks its teeth in, our bodies react as if under a lethal attack, spewing out stress hormones like cortisol. As time ticks away, this can ignite a firestorm of inflammation, escalating the risk of health nightmares like heart disease and a crumbling immune system. But it doesn't stop at just physical damage. The mental toll is a destructive tsunami, with loneliness often giving birth to anxiety monsters, depressive shadows, and a self-esteem that disintegrates into dust. Dr. Julianne Holt-Lundstad, a prominent authority on the health repercussions of loneliness, has made an alarming observation that loneliness and social isolation can skyrocket the risk of suffering a stroke or developing coronary artery disease by around 30%. This jarring disclosure underscores the absolute urgency and paramount importance of confronting loneliness. It is not merely an emotional issue, but rather a potent health hazard that can escalate rapidly. The stakes have never been higher. Remember, Behind every cloud, there's a golden beam of hope. Recognizing the health consequences of loneliness doesn't just equip us with knowledge, it unlocks the opportunity for transformative growth. The remedy? Connection, vibrant, life-affirming force. The creation and nurturing of profound bonds with others act as a formidable shield against the sting of loneliness. John Cacioppo, a distinguished psychologist and pioneer in loneliness research, eloquently expressed, "The greatest certainty in life is that we are never truly alone. This underscores the absolute necessity of reaching out, especially when it seems daunting. By embracing our feelings of loneliness and seeking the comfort of friends, family, or professionals, we don't just reduce its adverse impacts, we ignite the powerful spark of connection that illuminates our resilience and strength." Feeling lonely isn't a sign of fragility. It's a universal human experience that can touch us all. But it doesn't have to shape our identity. Remember, you hold the power to shape your experience, the power to choose connection, to opt for health, and to embrace happiness. So rise today. Make a choice. Connect with someone, be it a companion, a loved one, or a neighbor. Initiate a dialogue. Exchange a warm smile. Create a bond. Because in this intricately interwoven world, solitude should be a choice, not a compulsion. Always know your health, your well-being, it's worth fighting for. Remember, no matter how alone you feel, connection is just a step away. Reach out and grip the empowerment that comes from choosing connection and health. By sharing this video, you can help raise awareness about the prevalence and impact of loneliness. Together we can shed light on this often overlooked issue and help each other through the hard times. Remember, no one should feel alone in their loneliness. And if you found this video informative and helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing content.